Hey yo, I know I've been gone for a minute, but check out this awesome intro.
Promotion. Sauce too.
You see, I told you it was awesome. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Deviate, and we out here. So I've been gone for a minute, for like a really long minute, but that's something I'm gonna address in another video. Now we're gonna be talking about the Cypher 10 that just took place. This past Friday, the Cypher had its 10th event, which took place at the Confab, and I gotta say, yeah, man, this was really good. The lineup was awesome. We had AJ, King Track, Romy, Panda, and Meta. So AJ and Panda were debuting the first time at the Cypher, and these guys brought heat, man. I really love the fact that these guys came through and they did not disappoint. Now we had KK, who was also part of the lineup, and the dude didn't show up, man. I gotta say, that one was a big disappointment, especially on the side of KK, because, you know, he didn't say anything. The Cypher is trying to bring rappers from a different generation of Namibian rap. I mean, people like from before 2010, you know, when these guys were popping off. All these dudes, Dice and all these guys, they're trying to be brought into the current events and to rap alongside with all these other rappers that are coming up, and these guys are not showing up to the Cypher. I mean, Cannibal didn't show up before, KK was invited before and he just did 2 tracks. He didn't participate in the Cypher round, he had to leave, and when he was now invited again, dude doesn't pitch. So for me as a fan, that is very disappointing, because, you know, we come to these shows to see our favorite rappers and then our favorite rappers don't show up. So that honestly is disappointing on the part of KK. So dude, if you're watching this, you know, you need to, you know, step up, you know, either give us a free song or a free album or something just to compensate of you not showing up to this event. This Cypher was interesting because it was the 10th Cypher that was taking place. It was the first Cypher without J Plus as, you know, part of the organization team, and also the first Cypher with DJ Laudima Dreamer as part of the organization team. So stakes were pretty high, you know, just to figure out, like, is this going to be as good as before? One thing, if you, as I mentioned before, you know, J Plus used to own JoJo's, and then when he left managing that place was not the same as it was before. So we're kind of like looking at, is the Cypher going to be the same without J Plus? Now, to start us off, we went into the song round with Romy, and, you know, Romy did the things that Romy does. You know, she did not disappoint. Definitely after coming back from the States, we know that her skill level did not drop, okay? So she came through and she did that one song in Damara, and I gotta say, that song is now becoming one of my favorite songs right now. And it's always awesome when you hear somebody doing something in vernac. Even if you don't understand what they're saying, you get to appreciate the fact that, you know, rap is not only something that can be done in English, and you can also even localize it and make it like your own. So I really appreciate Romy for doing that. And then we went on to, I think, AJ. Now, AJ did something that I was not really ready for, even something that I don't recommend for rappers to do, which is to have a song where you're telling a story. When you come to places like the Cypher and it shows, you want to entertain people, you don't really want to go deep and be all emotional and all these things. So when he made a song about, you know, this drug dealer or something like that, I was kind of like, when I first heard him introing, I was kind of like, yo, I don't know if this is gonna play out very well, but the dude did a great job with that. AJ is a magnificent storyteller, and I cannot wait for his album that's coming out. I think it's called The Last Contradiction. And yeah, dude is talented, man. I gotta say, AJ is definitely putting Okahanja on the map. He's putting, you know, F-Zone on the map, and I'm glad that he came back onto the rap scene, because he was quiet for some time. Then we go into Panda. Panda debuting also at the Cypher for the first time. Dude has won the rap battle freestyle category, and I was really concerned of what Panda was going to do. And Panda also came through, and then he brought some heat, man. He did a song which he freestyled in the booth, and that turned into a song. So that just shows how incredible Panda is in freestyling. And he also did his song Hieroglyphs, where, you know, it just bar after bar, and some of these bars are so deep they'll fly overhead. I'm just saying, like, I probably caught like 3, but I know there are like probably 100 in there. And Panda is just, this awesome like lyricist. When the guy calls himself a lyricist, I don't think he's exaggerating. Dude is really, really, that dope. And then again, I keep saying it's either Panda is really, really dope, or he just, takes a bunch of words, put them together, and then you end up thinking that, that's deep. So I cannot make up my mind which one it is. All I know is that I'm enjoying it. Finally, we had Meta. Meta coming back to the Cypher for the second time. He was at Cypher 2. That's the first time I actually got introduced to Meta, and I was looking forward to seeing him again. Now, him coming to Cypher 10, that one was, crazy, because he just came from the project that he dropped called Headspace. Headspace is a whole other type of project. It's not necessarily the normal hip-hop that we're used to. It's very, very different. And I was like, oh snap, this dude is coming from that project straight to the Cypher. Is he going to bring that sound at the Cypher? Because the Cypher, we're used to like, a certain type of hip-hop. And he did not bring Headspace. In fact, he brought something else that is completely different from Headspace, and I was really in shock and awe, especially the second track that he did, which was, I think, Do It For The Mandem. That song is awesome. I can describe that song as KP Illis OK meeting Scripts, Never Going Back. They come together, have a child, and Do It For The Mandem is that song. Honestly, that is one of the best hip-hop tracks I've heard this year, and I cannot wait for him to release that song. So Meta, you know how to do the things, Mos. Makar de Shandi Moy. Then we come to the Cypher round, where they did something different, where the rappers had to rap a song that inspired them to get into rap. And I have to say that for me was pretty dope. And you can kind of tell how old certain people were by the songs that they selected. Because Harry MC started off with a song by Chris Cross, and I was just like, dang, I have never actually heard this song before. I've seen it in movies here and there, but never actually listened to this song. So I am not that old, and you can already tell how old Harry MC is. Alright, so they went to the Cypher round. The Cypher round, I gotta say, was not the best Cypher round out of all the Cyphers that I've been to. It was pretty much average, I have to say. It wasn't really like, they didn't shake the room. I still feel like one of the best guys in the Cypher round has to be Script out of all the Cyphers. Script, who was firing Kayang shots. You also had Greg before as well, and KP Illist. So I have to say this Cypher round was not the best, but the song rounds were the most consistent. I think these 4 rappers were the most consistent out of all the rappers that I've heard. And by consistent, I just mean rappers who kind of like, as they go from one rapper to the next, you don't feel like the performance went down, or this person is not as good as the last person. Now, obviously, we always ask who was the artist of the night. And yeah, man, this one was a really hard one. And I would equally say all 4 were good, but I give it to Meta. The reason being that when the second round of songs came through, Meta did Do It For The Mandem, which just escalated everybody else's performance. I mean, we had AJ with this other one track, which I don't remember its name, which was pretty dope. Everybody just did a phenomenal job after Meta's performance, which just put those songs like up there. So shout out to Meta, and man, I can't wait for his new music, man, especially since it's gonna be going away from that style of Headspace. So Cypher 11 may be coming up. We don't know who's going to be on the lineup. We don't even know if there's gonna be another Cypher or a Cypher 11, because Cypher 11 might be the last Cypher of 2018, or this Cypher might be the last one of 2018. We don't know. But I gotta say, man, it must be hard being part of the Cypher organization team, because you don't know who's going to be dope and you don't know who's going to show up. But man, I do really feel like they should bring in different rappers, those that have never been to the Cypher. And yeah, it's a tough one, but I think it's a risk that they should probably take. So yo, shout out to the Cypher team, Lodima Dreamer, Romeo, Harry MC, I think that's all of them. Did I forget it? And DJ Musketeer, there we go. Yeah, shout out to those guys for just like making this thing happen. And yeah, we'll probably see you at the next review of the next Cypher.